Hello children, welcome to online biology class. Right, in the last class we have seen about composition of urine. Now in the present class we are going to study about micturition or otherwise excretion of urine, that is urination or micturition. Now what is micturition? So excretion of urine is called as micturition or urination. Right? Excretion of urine is called as micturition or otherwise urination. Now why? What is the necessary for urination? I told you many waste materials they are being dissolved in the urine, and these substances they are toxic to our body. That means what, they are harmful to our body. So as soon as they are being released, they should be excreted out. Now this regulation process, this filtration process is being done by kidneys, right? So that means what? So regularly, so urine is being formed because of filtration process which is done by nephrons in the kidneys. So, and these nephrons, that means what? Nephric filtrate. Urine is also called as nephric filtrate. This nephric filtrate will be released into renal pelvis. From renal pelvis, it is being passed into ureters. From ureters, it is being sent periodically into urinary bladder. Right? So it is produced by nephrons. Right? It is released into renal pelvis. From renal pelvis, it is being entering into ureters. From ureters, it will be entering into urinary bladder. Right? Already we have discussed what are ureters, what is urinary bladder. Right? It is a urinary bladder is a pear-shaped muscular organ, right, which is present in the pelvic region. Right? So now, what is the main function of this urinary bladder? So it is muscular organ, right? I told you. So what type of muscular organ? It is made up of smooth muscles. That means what? Definitely it will be under involuntary action. But of course there is some voluntary regulation is also going to be present. How this is being done? Now let us try to understand here. The main function of urinary bladder is to store urine temporarily. Right? So from both the kidneys, right, from right kidney, from left kidney, ureters they reach urinary bladder. So urinary bladder is medially placed in our body, right? So now urine is entering into the urinary bladder. So temporarily, so it is storing the urine, and at the regular intervals of time, this urinary bladder it pass out the urine outside the body. Now this passing out of urine is called as urination, or otherwise we are going to call it as micturition. Now an adult, healthy human being, right, and an average, right, he excretes 1.6 to 1.8 liters of urine. Right, how much urine we excrete generally per day? 1.6 to 1.8 liters of urine. Of course, right, the quantity even may differ. So how that is going to differ? So it depends upon the fluid intake of us. Right? If we take large amount of fluids like large amount of cool drinks or any other thing, it depends upon that, right? And even it depends upon certain substances. They are called as anti-diuretic substances, right? Like tea, coffee, right? These are called as anti-diuretic substances. When you take large amount of these substances, so then large amount of fluid is going to be excreted. Okay. Then next, physical activity. Right? If you do large amount of work, you can feel sweating is going to be appeared on our skin. If profuse sweating is there, then the fluid urine content will be decreased. Then it even depends upon food what we are going to take. Like certain foods they contain large amount of water, certain foods they contain large amount of fiber. So it depends upon food what we are going to take. Then it even depends upon environmental temperatures, right? So suppose in our surrounding environment, like summer season, when there is very hot conditions are there, then you have profuse sweating and urination will be very less. And but in the seasons like rainy season and winter season, where the temperature is very low, then you can look after, so profuse sweating will also be very less. Therefore, urination process will be very frequent or often, right? So it depends upon environmental temperature. So that means what the volume of urine what we are excreting per day, it depends upon fluid intake, it depends upon physical activities, it depends upon food what we have in our diet, and it depends upon environmental temperature. Okay. Generally, our urinary bladder it stores 700 to 800 ml of urine. Of course, so the storage capacity in case of females it will be low compared to males. The main reason is for low storage capacity in case of females is due to the presence of uterus, right? It is because of the presence of uterus. The storage capacity of urine in case of females will be low, but normal today we say, so it has got the volume, how much volume it can store is 700 to 800 ml. But so after complete storage limit, so the process of micturition do not take place, right? What is micturition? I told you the arch for passing urine, right? For urination is called as micturition. After 700 to 800 ml, so arch for urination do not take place. So when it is going to be half filled, that is for 300 to 400 ml, storage is being fulfilled. So then the process of micturition starts, right? Now during this, right, as soon as the urinary bladder has reached 300 to 400 ml, right? So then there results with pressure, right? The pressure starts appearing on the muscular walls of the urinary bladder. Now at the exit of urinary bladder to urethra, there are two sphincters. There are two circular sphincters. So one is inner and the other one is outer. Two circular sphincters are being present, right? Now when pressure starts appearing on the muscular walls of urinary bladder, then urinary bladder starts extending. That means what? Distancing due to the elastic nature of smooth muscles. Now as a result, the first sphincter relaxes. That means what? It opens, right? So why it is opening? Due to this pressure, so there will be a reflex action which is being produced. Now due to this reflex action, it acts on the inner sphincter. Now because of this, inner sphincter starts relaxing. As soon as this inner sphincter starts relaxing, then there will be outer sphincter, right? Even there will be no passage of any urine, right? So that is what further you are voluntary, you yourself you are trying to control it, right? You are not going for urination, right? So further ml starts going on. Then so once again the reflex action will be taking place on this sphincter. Then there will be a pain sensation, and so then the second sphincter, that is voluntary, right? During this urination process, under your voluntary things, so voluntary action, so the outer sphincter starts open, then already inner sphincter is being opened, then the process of urination takes place. Clear? So this is about the topic which is called as micturition. But you can look after in case of children of low age, right? You can look after bedwetting process. The main reason for bedwetting is both the sphincters, so they are involuntary in action. So due to the involuntary action of both the sphincters, right, there will be bedwetting in the children, right? So the next step. So this is about this complete topic of micturition. Now as the process of aging happens, right, so involuntary sphincter will come to the action of voluntary action, right? So this is about this process, right? So how urine is being formed and how that is being reached to urinary bladder, and what is the storage capacity of urinary bladder, and how much amount of urine is being excreted in normal day. What is the definition of micturition? So what are the different factors which what we can say which affects the volume of urine which is being excreted, and how many sphincters are present, how they are relaxed, which is voluntary and which is involuntary. So for today's homework, your question is define micturition, explain about the process